I love the Oregon secondary this year, and I am going to tell you why. They bring in Dillon Thienemen, who with superior coaching and a better supporting cast should excel in Tosh Lupoi and Dan Lanning's defense. The Oregon defensive front is strong, particularly at edge and defensive end, and I like linebacker as well. So the Oregon defensive backs should have some help in pass defense with Mateo Uyunglele and Tatum Tuioti getting to quarterbacks. That, along with the schedule and how much of the early games are against inferior competition, tells me that this younger secondary, with some experienced players, but some younger guys as well, should be able to get precious snaps for younger players, including some true freshmen who could potentially see the field, and certainly some redshirt freshmen, and ease them into the game. And the biggest reason I love this secondary is because all of them outside of Therna Johnson are 6 foot or higher. This is a taller, longer, more talented in terms of blue chip ratio, size, and development secondary than what Oregon had last season. I think by the end of the year, this Oregon secondary will... Before we resume this segment, please take a few seconds of your time to make sure you have liked the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell for the channel and for any team podcasts and playlists linked in the description, and also comment your thoughts down below in the comment section and join my Discord server via the description. All of those things I just asked you to do are completely free, and they sign you up for things related to my channel, or they don't sign you up for anything. No cost to you, and all the benefit to you because we release daily college football content here on College Football with Sam. If you want to support the channel monetarily, sign up for a YouTube membership or check any other links in the description for my merchandise store and Patreon page. Thank you very much, and let's get back to the segment. Be a better secondary than what they had last year. Now, you have to look on defense overall and factor in what they lost at D tackle. They're probably not going to be as good there. They'll definitely be better at D end. Linebackers, I would say a push at this point. Love that Betra comes back. We'll see who else steps up there. When focusing on this secondary, Jahlil Florence comes back from injury, so you have a vet there. Thienemen transfers in from Purdue. Johnson, the boundary side corner, transfers in from Northwestern, so you have vets there. Daylen Austin and Kingston Lopa didn't play all that much, but Kingston Lopa is a linebacker. That's what he was out of high school. Transitioned to safety. He's like, I think 6'4", 6'5", 200 pounds. He's built. I think he'll excel at safety with the right development. Daylen Austin played some at nickel last year. Another player who is bigger than the prototypical Oregon defensive back from 2024. I love that this unit brings in several Big Ten players like Thienemen and Johnson, who were some of the better players on their defenses last season. Thienemen, along with Will Helt, was the best at Purdue, and Daylen Johnson was one of the best at Northwestern. So this is a unit that's a nice balance of experience and also upside and just raw talent. And you also see that in the two deep, where Oregon, they brought in Trey McNutt, true freshman, top 100 player. Unfortunately, he broke his leg, so he's out for the year. They still have, though, Na'eem Offord at corner. I could see him entering the field for parts of this season. Brandon Finney Jr., Dorian Brew are highly talented. Ify Obidegwu is in the two deep as a redshirt freshman. Siona Laole is a redshirt junior transfer in the corner depth chart. These are players who are, again, taller, longer, more talented. I love what I'm seeing out of these corners, and I think that with how many young players are involved, redshirt freshmen or freshmen that will be in Oregon's two deep or playable depth, I think this defense is going to get better and better and better as the year goes on. Next year, with how much they should return, I'm going to be very excited to see what that unit's all about, because they're going to be much older next year, much more experienced. But let's focus on this year. They also brought in Jadon Canady from Ole Miss. He'll be the reserve nickel this season. I think having Ify Obidegwu, given what we've heard out of camp and what I've seen in studying his recruiting profile, he's going to excel. There is some depth here, along with tons of starting experience, a lot of talent. I love this unit because of those things. And again, also because of how it aligns with Oregon's schedule. It'd be one thing if they opened up and played, Texas, Ohio State, Penn State, USC, like in week one, and if they did it on the road, that would be one thing. But they get Montana State in week one, Oklahoma State week two, at Northwestern, who's a limited Big Ten team in week three, Oregon State at home week four. Their first game against a team who will be even close to them in terms of power ratings is week 5, September 27th at Penn State. Very tough task, but you get a few games to prepare for that, to warm up for that, to game plan for that, and to get backup players and some starters who haven't played a lot before valuable reps and playing time. Oregon is this team who I like more than anyone else to make a massive jump from week one to the end of the year. Now, I think they're going to start off the year pretty rough. I will preface that. Not rough as in losing games left and right, but it's going to be a lot like last year, where after that Idaho game and Boise State game, a lot of people permanently wrote Oregon off until they beat Ohio State. I think it's going to be a lot like that, potentially to even a worse degree, because of how much they're losing from last year's team to this year's team. And then after Penn State, this secondary, I think it could be challenged a little bit, could be, by Indiana or Rutgers or Wisconsin with what they have at receiver, especially challenged by what USC and Washington have at receiver. But they will get better as the year goes on. And with the talent and athleticism and experience that some of those players and the talent that really all of them have, you're not playing football at Oregon if you weren't talented. Dan Lanning has changed that for sure. I imagine they're going to win some battles against some of these better wide receiver groups. And this secondary, by year's end, is going to be night and day different from kickoff against Montana State. And that with what they have at defensive end and linebacker and the size and talent they have at defensive tackle, could this Oregon defense be a superior unit to last year's Oregon defense? We'll have to see about that. But there is a chance of that, and the fact I'm even saying that I think is a positive indictment, if that's even a phrase, of Dan Lanning and Tosh Lupoy and their recruiting and their development on that side of the ball for the Oregon Ducks. Thank you for watching College Football with Sam. Make sure that you've liked the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell for the channel and team playlists and podcasts in the description, join the free Discord server where we talk college football 24/7, and have commented your thoughts down below. Check out the description for any ways you can support the channel monetarily. Everything else I've asked you to do is completely free, and your support means the world to me. We're trying to become the next big thing on college football YouTube. 6-figure subscribers, maybe 1 million one day. I think we can do that. And also check out any videos or playlists, anything in these columns right here, where there will be videos and playlists. Yeah, you get the point. Have a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next one.